and cold weather starting. So the colder it is, the harder it is to start your vehicle or any type of engine. So some devices can help start your vehicle's engine, and there's either base fluids and glow plugs. So they're either base fluids or glow plugs. So when you're doing ether or base fluids, you have the ether. So what is ether? Ether is a light, volatile, easy to change or flammable liquid that's used mainly as a solution. So it helps start your vehicle. So some ether-based fluids are aerosol sprays, pressurized cylinders, driver-controlled automatic injection systems. Those are the main types of ethers. Then you have glow plugs. So glow plugs are electric heating elements that gives you warm air coming into the engine from the air intake. Either way, you want to check the owner operator's manual for specific instructions and always use extreme caution to prevent and avoid an accident or injury. Then you have preheaters. Preheaters keeps the engine warm while your vehicle is parked in a long or extended period of time. And most trucks, tractors, or trailers or vehicles use a en-bloc type of preheater. Now, a coolant is heated to about 160 degrees Fahrenheit, and the heated coolant is circulated throughout that engine. So coolant heaters are often supplemented with either battery box heaters or oil pump heaters and fuel heaters as well. To use it properly, you need to check your vehicle's owner's manual and maintenance personnel just to be sure. You can never be too sure. So key things. There's also en-bloc heaters. En-bloc heaters is a device that's used to warm the engine and fluids. So it warms the engine and the fluids before starting the vehicle. But if your engine does not start, you want to check fuel and electric systems, watch the exhaust tank, and while cranking or starting the engine, make sure your vehicle is getting enough fuel. And if you don't see the vapor, then you may not be getting fuel. Then you want to check fuel tank and fuel lines for ice blockage. Then you want to check the fuel tank vent and check battery for terminal corrosion, loose connections, cracks in the cables, and moisture on cables, because there shouldn't be any moisture. And then when you're starting the engine, do not continue to crank the engine because it will run down the battery. So if it does not crank, never crank the engine for more than 15 seconds. So if you're cranking it and if it's been more than 15 seconds, don't keep recranking the engine because that can mess up the starter, the engine, and the vehicle itself. To note, if a vehicle has an air starter, then it will need air supply to start it. But if it's no air, then you need to resupply the air from an air compressor or another tractor or vehicle. So that's why you want to really make sure, don't assume, check the vehicle's owner's manual for the proper and right instructions and procedures on how to safely start your vehicle's engine. Then when you're operating in hot weather, inspections, maintenance can really help prevent a vehicle from overheating. So these part of the preparations is really being prepared and knowing your vehicle, how to operate it, and being aware of it. So check for leaks, damage, or any deterioration in the cooling system. Then you want to make sure the cooling system, such as the coolant reservoir, is filled and it has enough antifreeze. Then you want to make sure there's enough antifreeze because extended pressure to high heat and humidity can lead to heat-related illnesses. And examples would be heat cramps, heat exhaustion, and heat stroke. So that's why you want to roll down the windows, stay out of the direct sunlight, and drink plenty of water. Now, drink water as necessary, of course. Hey, BET Trainer here. Listen, if you really had true value out of this video, go ahead and click that like button and share some honest comments about this video because this is going to help other people as well see the video and get the value information so that way they can be inspired by what you're doing right now as well. So also, if you want to get the latest updates, go ahead and click the subscribe button so then you can be able to always be updated on the next instant video that will be put out. So again, go ahead and do that. And this video was sponsored by BET Life Services and CDL for Life.